Thank you guys so much for being here. Everyone who is new here, very, very special welcome. Happy to have you. Everyone who keeps coming back, thank you so much for your continuous support in these webinars. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to have these great webinars if you guys weren't here. So thank you guys so much for being here. First off, my name is Alexa, Operations Manager here at the BPM RIA office, stands for Broward Palm Beach Miami Real Estate Investors Association, your only local chapter in South Florida that is approved and in compliance with the National Real Estate Investors Association. So you guys are in the right place. We're so happy to have you. We're going to get into our webinar today on making 2023 your best year in business ever. And we're going to start today. We have Damon Remy here, Chief Everything Officer, CEO of REI Black Book. He will introduce himself in just a moment. Many of you guys met him, I think last month, not too long ago. We had him here. So anyone who missed him the first round, he's going to be talking about a different topic today. You know, all good stuff related to REI Black Book, but there is so much that goes into it. So if you want to watch that replay, it will be on our YouTube channel, and I'll show you guys the link for that in just a moment. But just so you guys are paying attention, you guys that are here early and on time, there's going to be a special offer for you guys who are here today. So just keep your eyes open for that. Just a little spoiler alert. We'll see. REI Black Book always gives us some goodies for being here. So we'll see what they have in store for us today. But you guys know January is a big month. If you didn't know, now you know. January is a big month for us. We have a lot of events coming up, starting off with our quarterly in-person networking event. If anyone has questions on how to sign up for this event, let's try to be proactive and not wait until the last minute, because I want you guys to have a great experience. I want you guys to network with so many people, meet people that you can possibly work with, partner with. This is just the perfect place for you guys to meet and start networking with people who are in alignment with your goals and a lot of things that you guys want to accomplish. So I highly recommend you attend January 4th if you're going to be in town. It's going to be a lovely meeting. We're going to do learning and networking. So don't want you guys to miss that. And of course, you can get to all of these events on our website, bpmria.com. I'll go ahead and link it in the chat for you guys, where you can find our upcoming events and get registered for as many as you possibly can. This is where the magic happens. A lot of these will be more hands-on than, you know, our typical webinars. So we have an in-person workshop following that on Saturday, limited seating. So if you are available and you really want to get into wholesaling, highly recommend you register for this right now, RSVP. You can register for your free ticket right now. Same with members. You get in free for the in-person networking meeting. So go ahead and RSVP for your free ticket on the website, because this is where you can get your guest tickets for half off, members, just so you know. And anyone who's not a member, early bird, you can save $5, you know, probably some gas money on your way to the event. So go ahead, save $5, get RSVP for your non-member early bird ticket for January 4th. And I hope to see you guys at both these events, January 4th and January 7th. So excited to meet you in person. So all these are posted to the website. My short-term rental people, we are answering your call. Free webinar with Antonio Lopez, one of our prior mentor students, now our real estate investing mentor. Tuesday, January 10th, free webinar. And again, guys, we are listening. We are listening to what you're asking for. We are having a full-on, full-day Zoom workshop. So you don't even have to leave your house, but you will have cameras on, microphones on. This is a paid workshop all day, lots of learning. You're going to learn from the mentor himself, Antonio, meant to put his name in here. But guys, like, if you are trying to do this, if you are ready to do this short-term rental thing, I highly recommend you attend. This is the same, you'll probably be learning from the same Airbnb that we brought the Miami Dolphins to. We did work with the Miami Dolphins this year. We also worked with a ton of retired NFL players that are a part of PAC, Professional Athletic Community. They're working with Next Chapter U, teaching how the football players, retired and active NFL players in the Miami Dolphins, can start using that money to invest in real estate investing. So we are teaching them this stuff. If you guys want to learn short-term rentals, just like as we're teaching them, this is going to be the event for you. And if you are wondering if this is a good, training for you, come to the free webinar so you can decide for yourself if this is going to be a workshop that you're interested in. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, because we're not going to be meeting until January. So if you guys have questions about these events, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But anyone who's also watching the replay, again, Alexa@bpmria.com, that's my email. I really want to help you guys get into these trainings, because this is going to be huge to learn firsthand from Antonio. So a lot of people, again, asking me that they missed Jose Ramirez's tax planning strategy webinar this past week. Yes, we are having him back, and here you are. It's posted to the website. Go register right now in Zoom. So Zoom reminds you, and you don't forget from all the holidays and things that are going to be happening. Just go register right now on the website, so Zoom automatically reminds you of that you registered for this webinar. You'll get an automatic email from Zoom reminding you, so you guys don't forget, because there's a lot of things happening from now until here. And I won't see you guys online until this webinar right here. So I'm going to miss you guys so much. Don't go too far. Alrighty. So my favorite way to keep up with events, as you guys know, it's so easy, especially now with all the holiday craziness coming up. If you want a text message to remind you of our events, it's super easy. You just text the word BPM REIA, one word, no spaces, to our event line, 954-800-6961. Just threw that in the chat for you guys. Don't put those little marks on the side, just BPM REIA, one word, no spaces, to our event line. And you can go ahead and look at that in the chat right now, or take a quick picture, because we got to keep moving. We got a lot to cover today. All right, quick start. Guys, I'm throwing up a poll. Is anyone having questions about the quick start? Please reach out to me. I'm also throwing the link in the chat so you guys can see the different topics that we cover and the 4 incredible speakers that will be teaching at this 2 full-day virtual Zoom training. Again, we're still getting participation in here. Cameras on, microphones on. We want to hear you, we want to see you. You're going to network with the other people in the training. This is going to be a mixture of, realtors. They want to learn non-traditional investing skills. We have people who are thinking about the mentoring and coaching program, not sure if they really need that full one-on-one coaching. So they come to this training so they can learn a ton and see if that, they need mentoring or not. But we have people doing deals right after the quick start. So you never know how fast you learn and the connections that you make in this training. So this is a full money back guarantee. If you, hated this and it was a waste of your time, then it's a money back guarantee, but you do have to attend both days for that. As you see below, we have member and non-member pricing. I highly recommend you just go ahead and check out the website, bpmquickstart.com. So you can see what this training is about, because I have a lot of people contacting me right now about wholesaling. So that's something that we specialize in, and I highly recommend you look into it and ask the right questions if that is, something that you want to accomplish. This does cover all of wholesaling, rehabbing, flipping. So just so you guys know. All righty. And members, all you guys know, the members get all the goodies. They get all the goodies. They get in free for the in-person networking meetings. I'm going to throw up another poll for you guys. Thank you so much for responding to this, because it lets me know what we need to work on if you guys have questions, things like that. So I really appreciate you guys answering the polls for me. Like I said, the members guests get in half off for these networking meetings. Super good to meet people in person too, guys. I know Zoom's amazing, but we got to get in there. So, and of course you get membership pricing to all the workshops, anything like that. National RIA benefit package. As you guys know, I don't know why this is bolded now, and sorry guys, I don't know it just got weird there. But National RIA benefit package, discounts to Office Depot Business, Home Depot, Avis, Budget, Rent Perfect, so many amazing vendors. So thank you guys so much for responding to the poll. So memberships, you can go ahead to the website. I'll link it in the chat for you guys as always, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Thank you so much. One-on-one coaching and mentoring, as you guys, many of you guys know, but some of you don't, we do offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. Funny enough, REI Black Book is something that we include in our coaching program because we actually include everything you will need to do deals now. As in, we put up 100% of the money for our students' deals and we split the profit 50-50. So I'm going to throw up a poll. Let me know if you guys have questions about this. Actually, don't let me know. Just go to the website and schedule the discovery call. We actually put this link there for you guys so that you can just go ahead and book a time that works for you, book a time that works for me. So I can give you some dedicated time on answering your questions, but also just providing that information so you guys can see what's available and compare and contrast and what's going to be, something that you value. Is it going to be, us putting up 100% of the money? Is it going to be having somebody that you can talk to every day? I don't know what you guys need, but if you come talk to me, we can talk about it and see if this program is a good fit for you, or at least get you the information so you can go ahead and decide. And I'm also very much happy to help scheduling this 1-hour consultation with a mentor. So you let me know how we can help. This is my direct line down below. Best thing is to go ahead and schedule that discovery call so we can set aside that time for you and me. But you can lock in my number if you have any questions about, events, mentoring, memberships, anything like that. Here you can get me directly. So let me know how I can help you guys. Always want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Thank you, National RIA. Thank you so much, REI Black Book, for being here today. Thank you guys so much for being in the webinar today. I appreciate you so much. We will be taking questions in the Q&A box, guys. So thank you so much for filtering those questions in the Q&A. Of course, you can chat with Damon in the chat if you just want to chat back and forth. If he's asking you guys questions, things like that. We definitely want to hear from you. So yeah, Damon, thank you for being here. You got the hoodie on.
Yeah, of course. Come on. Well, for one, it's actually cold up here in St. Louis. Okay. So I know you're down there probably all sunshine and nice and warm and toasty, but yeah, it's hoodie weather up here for sure.
We're in the humidity. That's why my hair looks like this.
Well, I don't even have any excuse for my hair looking like this. So it just stands up on its own.
So. Oh my gosh, I cannot. Well, we're so happy to have you. All the mentor students that are in here know how fundamental REI Black Book is. But what I'm excited about is to share with everyone else how big it is. Because I live in REI Black Book. So I know.
I think I want to say something too, because I do these calls for lots of people, lots of RIA clubs, lots of trainers, educators. Mm-hmm. And every time I hear that you guys partner on deals with your students and you include REI Black Book, you give them the training. And then I didn't even hear, but I heard it this morning. I'm like, holy crap, are you kidding me? You guys actually give them the money too? Like, what else do they have to do? I mean, like, man, you guys that's absolutely amazing. You're removing every roadblock for people to go do deals. That's insane.
To take out every excuse. So he puts up the money. Now what? So he gives you RIA facts to find the deal, find the information about the deals, find about information about the properties. Now what? We give you REI Black Book. So you don't have to, have everything everywhere. You have it all in one place. And it can do so much more. It can build your website. It can send text blasts. It can send email blasts, the workflows, call flows, your property pipeline, all your documents, contracts, photos, everything under one property thing. It's just.
Well, I appreciate the love. So I'm actually hopefully let me actually make sure I can share my screen.
Yes, for sure.
So let's make sure that works.
And thank you guys so much. I'm already getting some questions here in the Q&A, so I'll get to those. Don't you guys worry. I'm excited for you guys. The last webinar of the year.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Share your computer audio.
It looks like it's loading.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me try this again.
Perfect. There we go.
Can you see it?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Now everything just changed on my screen. So let's see what
Yeah.
happened to the chat box. All right, there it is. All right. All right. Well, hey, I'll just get rocking and rolling. I know we've got a lot of stuff to cover. We got quite a lot of stuff to cover today. And first and foremost, thank you for letting me be here. I love these types of calls. I love jumping on here. No pressure that it's the last webinar of the year. But really what I want to talk to you guys about today is how to grow a successful real estate business in 2023 without going crazy, right? Without going crazy. And I'm going to be a little bit fluid today, right? Because I did come in and Anish and Alexa were very gracious and let me speak last month as well. And I've got tons of stuff I could actually jump inside of REI Black Book and show you guys. But really what I want to do today is start talking about planning for 2023, right? So planning and how to find the deals, how to put your business, how to really put your business in place and doing all of that without going crazy, right? So just a quick recap, who the heck am I in the first place? I grew up in a small town, super small town, Texas, like population 199, right? 199 people. And in fact, I was the only boy in my grade school class, right? On welfare, my father was in and out of prison. I joined the U.S. Marine Corps at age 17 to kind of escape that small town poverty life. And that's really where it got my tech start. Okay. So I was actually did technology the entire time I was in the Marine Corps. Got out of the Marine Corps, served my 4 years in the Corps, got out and actually went to work for Pepsi. That's what I consider like my master's degree, my master's in business administration, because it was the late 90s and we were facing this little thing called Y2K. All right. So some of you, if you remember Y2K in the chat box, throw me some love in the chat box if you remember Y2K. Some of you may be like, I was too young, I wasn't around during Y2K, right? But we had this big fear that the computers were going to switch over from, it was only a 2-digit year code, right? So instead of having 1999, it just showed 99. So the thought was, and the fear was, once it goes to 00, computers were going to think it was the year 1900, everything was going to fail. Right? 100%. Harry, Michael, you guys remember this, right? It was the absolute end of the world. And now for me, what that really presented whenever I went to work for Pepsi, there was this massive fear that, as you can imagine, right, it was going to just impact their business dramatically. And so there was really kind of two choices back in the day. It was like, do we fix it or do we replace it, right? Meaning, do we go in and recode the software or do we replace the software? And I worked for a Pepsi bottler. I'd say small, but they covered 5 states. They were independently owned, largest independently owned bottler, and they decided to replace everything. So it was basically a $15 million project. I was in my early 20s and I was leading that project, replacing their HR software, their sales software, their marketing software, their accounting software, the software in the plant, the software for the maintenance, for the trucks, the deliveries, like everything. And so that's really what I consider my master's of business associate, right? I mean, it just got me really excited. Absolutely fell in love with technology even more. Well, I migrated from Pepsi, ultimately ended up in the mortgage business, in the mortgage industry in the early 2000s. Now, this is actually where the idea of REI Black Book was born. We basically said, all right, how do we separate ourselves? How do we differentiate ourselves from everybody else in the business, right? Everybody else was, hey, we got the lowest rate, we got the lowest rate, we got the lowest rate. And it's like, well, we're all selling the same money, right? We can't all have the lowest rate. And so what do? We decided to separate ourselves and focus on real estate investors and also bankruptcies, to be very candid. So nobody else wanted to focus on real estate investors, but that's what we decided to do. And we said, hey, can we provide real estate investors with turnkey tools to help them do more deals? Can we help eliminate, some of the chaos, right? Can we help them avoid all these multiple systems? You heard Alexa talking about having, one platform where all of your data, everything that you need on that deal is right there, right? All the way from the lead, from the phone system, from your websites, from texting, and before REI Black Book, quite frankly, and still a lot of folks still are, just because they don't know any better, they're going out and subscribing to all of these different various systems. It's disjointed systems, tons of manual work, and it's lost opportunity. And so where there's a challenge, there's always opportunity, right? For us, we said, hey, I think that we can solve this. I think that we can solve this by providing a better solution to real estate investors. And that's exactly what we did. And it worked like gangbusters. Okay. We actually gave away REI Black Book for free. I'm here in the St. Louis market. We had probably 1,500 to maybe 2,000 investors here in the St. Louis market that were using the tools. We had created an entire network to do deals. I mean, it was really awesome. And what was in it for us is we got the loan, right? We got the loan. In fact, it worked so well. Both the loan officer that I had working the bankruptcy piece, as well as the loan officer that was focused on the real estate piece, both of them were recognized in Mortgage Originator magazine as the top 200 originators in the country, right? So this is the 2007 top producer list. Now that's a really key date. All right. So for those of you guys that remember Y2K, the end of the world, well, this was the next end of the world for me, right? 2007, we're on top of the world. Life is good. And then the financial crisis of 2008, right? Absolutely devastating. We went from doing 100 loans a month, right? 100 plus loans a month to 10. And quite frankly, your income is proportionate, everything else. Was forced into, I filed bankruptcy to avoid foreclosure, you know, and the difference of growing up in welfare and poverty is, quite frankly, I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. And there was nobody dependent upon me. I mean, I really was just, I wouldn't say, I certainly never say victim, but I was just part of the circumstances, right? In 2008, now I'm married, I've got 2 kids, and holy crap, going backwards was pretty impactful, to say the least. But it forced us to ask ourselves a simple question. We said, hey, would real estate investors actually subscribe? Would they pay for these tools, that we've been providing for free for all of those years? I mean, dating all the way back to probably 2002, 2003. We said, look, would real estate investors actually pay for access, right? Because we're helping them do more deals. We're helping them make their life easier. We're providing value. And so, you know, is there an equal exchange of money for value? And that was a simple question. Turns out October 1st, 2009, we held our big launch party. And it turns out the answer was yes. And Alexa, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this, but let me know if you guys can hear this video. Oh, actually, I take that back. It's not even a video. Well, let me actually back up here. So it turns out the answer was yes. In fact, I did have a video here originally, but I apologize. But it turns out I actually went back into our accounting software and I said, you know what? How much software have we actually sold since filing bankruptcy and going through all of that chaos? And it turns out the answer is a little over $35 million, right? A little over $35 million. So the answer is yes, right? Will real estate investors subscribe and pay for these tools? If, by the way, if we can provide equal value, and quite frankly, it has to be more value, right? You as a real estate investor, look, you guys are smart. You know that you have to make investments in yourself and investments in tools to help you with your business, but only if it's going to help you make more money, right? Well, for me, I got to tell you guys, like I felt like the old Jerry Maguire moment, right? It's like show me the money, right? It was the most money that I'd ever made in my entire life, right? Made more money. This was finally about 2000, and that didn't happen overnight. We launched October 1, 2009. Took us a couple of years. Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They started licensing our software. We kind of caught fire. It went kind of viral. Things went crazy. And I want you to remember, guys, the broke kid in Texas that grew up on welfare. Let me tell you right now, it was more money than I'd ever made in my life. But hey, let's be truthful, right? Money isn't the only thing, but it is right up there with oxygen. Okay. And I had this notion in my head that the more money that I made, the easier my life was going to be. Right. And, I remember, even graduating out of high school, joining the Marine Corps and getting out and going to work for Pepsi, it was always like, hey, look, if I could just make, 6 figures a year, if I make $100,000 a year, whew, life is going to be so much easier. And then you hit that. And then what happens? You recognize, oh, wow, maybe I actually need $200,000 a year. And I've been very fortunate to hit that. And then it's like, well, that's not enough. So now all of a sudden it's like, maybe it's $500,000 a year. And I was been fortunate enough to hit that. And it's like, okay, surely $1 million a year is going to solve all of my problems, right? Because if I go out and I just make a bunch of money, then I can hire people. Things are going to be just so much easier. I'll have all the resources I need to actually make this business easy. But the truth of it was, the more money that I made, the truth of it is, I actually hated my business, right? I remember waking up one day and I just didn't want to go to work, guys. I really did not want to go to work. And I still say work. I had to go to work. Okay. I owned the business, was making millions of dollars, but I had to go to work. Why? Because if I didn't go to work, then everything would fail, right? Everything would fail. Like even taking out the trash, for God's sakes, if I didn't come in, then who would either A, take the trash out or make sure that the trash got taken out, right? I recognized that I had really recreated my job. I had no design. I had no vision. And that's really what I want to share with you guys today. I want to talk a lot about vision today, because if you want to make 2023 your best year ever, then dadgummit, we need a plan. We need a plan. I can promise you, speaking from a ton of experience on this, it's not just, hey, let's go get some deals. Let's go get some cash in the bank. Let's go do that. And then we're going to figure out the plan. Quite frankly, the plan must come first. We got to get clarity on the vision. And I'm going to share with you guys some strategies and tools to do that today. Okay. But I remember going back and some of you may be here right now. Some of you may be this guy, right? You're out to dinner with your significant other. The phone buzzes. And guess what? You have to answer it. It's a text message, incoming call. You've got to take it, because if you don't, guess what? That next deal falls through. The next paycheck falls through. Hell, how are you even going to pay for dinner? And for those of you with kids, it gets even worse, right? All they want is a little time, a little attention. They just want a little focus from you, and you're going to give them your time, but you're on the phone hustling and shuffling, right? Absolutely crazy. And all they want is a little bit of your time. Okay. This one was what hit me the most, was whenever I started having kids, right? And guys, I remember those days. I absolutely remember those days. I hated my business, hated my life, making more money than I'd ever made in my life. I had everything that I thought that I wanted, right? I was doing real estate. I had a tech company, and we were making more money than I've ever made in my life. And it's like, man, those are the things that I love. I love technology. I love marketing. I love real estate. And I was able to combine all of those things. It's like, man, this should be a happy freaking moment. But the truth of it was the worst part and the worst point of my life. All right. And lo and behold, that's whenever I met my mentor, right? I think you guys have a great opportunity right there with a niche in your backyard. But it was crazy to me to find that person at the right time. And it was actually, this gentleman owned a software company. He owned a software company. And I remember I paid like $15,000. It was only four business owners that were going to come and be able to spend a day with him, maybe 2 days, 3 days, whatever it was. We were going to spend a dedicated time in his office. And it was like, man, I had the money, but I didn't have the time. I was like, man, how am I even going to break away and fly out there and go spend 3 days with this guy? I was like, man, I got to do it. I got to do it. And ultimately, that was really where the framework for the life and the business that I run today, right? How do you build that dream business, right? How do you build that dream business? This is the Dream Business Builder, right? This is the framework for that, all right? So first, you must have vision, right? You have to have vision, okay? You got to get clear on where you want to go, right? And you got to get really clear on where you want to go. Why does your business exist? Why do you get out of bed every single day, okay? Once we get clear on our vision, then we're going to start talking about how do we put systems in our business, okay? And REI Black Book is certainly a part of that piece for sure, and I'm happy to talk about that. In fact, I'm going to share with you guys some systems today that I think is going to help you guys a ton. But once you get clarity on the vision, this is where we're going. We start putting systems in place. Then we're going to start putting people in charge of the systems, okay? That is how you are going to step out. That's how you're going to really build a business, right? A business. And a business is, it's going to operate whether you're there or not, okay? These are the three key elements, okay? So when we talk about vision, I'm talking about what's your mission, right? What's the mission? What do you get up, what's the charging? I'm a military guy, so sometimes, my analogies go back to military. It's like, look, we're going to go take the hill, right? What's the hill that we're going to take? We're going to go attack this specific mission, okay? We got to have values. We got to have, what are the guiding principles that align not only myself, but the folks that I partner with and that I do business with, right? It's the people that I start bringing onto the team. And once you get those values really clearly articulated, the cool thing, it's going to start attracting and repelling people to your business, right? What's the actual purpose? Why do you get out of bed? It's different than the mission, right? The mission, we're going to go attack that hill. We're going to take this hill, but we're eventually going to take that hill, and then we're going to set a new mission. The purpose is bigger than the mission. Okay. And you got to get clarity on that. Then we're going to put systems in our business, right? We got to have money systems, right? We got to have marketing systems. We got to have management systems. And then once we have those systems in place, now we can start designing the people plan. We're then going to implement that people plan, and then we're going to continue to grow the people, right? Now, if you've got vision and people, but no systems, that's going to lead to a lot of chaos, right? So I always give the analogy of the vision is I want to climb Mount Everest, right? I want to climb Mount Everest. I set the vision. I say, okay, I want to climb Mount Everest. That's what we want to do. Okay. We want to climb Mount Everest. And then inevitably, if I continue to talk about that vision and how I want to climb Mount Everest and the impact that's going to make, then inevitably I will attract people to me. So just out of curiosity, okay. Who here on the chat box, and throw it up in the chat box, who here would like to go climb Mount Everest with me? And on the flip side, like who here's like, Damon, you're out of your mind. I ain't climbing Mount Everest, right? So Alexa's in, all right? So inevitably, what's going to happen is once you start talking about the vision, you start getting real clear on exactly what you want to do, you will attract people to your business, okay? Now, again, you will, repel people as well. And that's okay. All right. You're out of your mind. And so am I. I'm in. All right. Sweet. Michael's in. All right. So here's inevitably, guys, I'm going to be able to get people around me. Right. So I got a clarity of where I want to go. Michael is in, Melissa's in, Alexa's in. All right. So I've got vision, I got people, but I got no systems. I got no plan. I got no tent. I got no tools. I got no guide. Right. I have no plan. All right. Now, everybody that's down with me, now we're on a death march. Okay. That's what happens whenever you have vision and people, but you don't have systems. Okay. But what happens if I've got people and systems, but no vision? So now I just say, hey, guys, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Who wants to do it with me? Right. This is what it's like when you just go hire people without clarity of your vision. You just start putting people on your team. And this is exactly, quite frankly, what I did. Right. I built I had systems, right? I was able to sell my platform. We were making money. I had systems in place, and then I was able to hire people, but I had no vision. That's what led to crazy frustration. And you know what, the truth be told, I had about 15 people on the team at the time. I'm telling you right now, they were probably miserable as well because we had no clarity. We had no direction. We had no purpose of why the hell we got out of bed. We all just came into the office every day. Here's the system. We sold the thing, and money was coming in, but it was really, really chaotic as well. All right. And then finally, what happens if I just say, hey, I got the vision. I'm going to go climb Mount Everest. I've got all the tools. I've got the plan. I've got all that stuff over here. Cool. I'm going to go climb Mount Everest. But now everything depends upon me because I don't have people, right? I really have created a job. And so what I'm here to talk to you guys about is how do you build that dream business? How do you make 2023 the best year ever and build this business? Oh yeah, by the way, designed to serve your life. Okay. So and guys, it's so damn obvious whenever you say it, but I see everyone make this mistake. Everybody does the same thing. In fact, I did the same thing, right? I said, look, I'm going to go build this business. I'm going to start making some money. And then eventually I'm going to make enough money. I'm going to make so much money, whatever. Then I'm going to have this amazing freaking life. I didn't even know what that life was though. Take the time to design your life before you start building the crazy business. Okay. All right. I'm happy to say, hey, look, I am absolutely living my vision right now. This is my wife. We actually, this picture was taken at Cabo. We had like a private little place right on the beach at the Waldorf Astoria. Absolutely freaking amazing time. I was told Taylor Swift had actually just rented this place out the week before we were there. But I show this picture because 15 years, that's my wife. And I think she looks smoking hot, but amazing trips all over the world. You're going to see a pretty continual reoccurring theme. At the end of the day, guys, I love water. Don't ask me how in the hell I ended up in the middle of the country. All right. I should be down there with you guys for damn sure. Love boating. I love taking my friends out. I've got actually a couple of boats. vacationing, not just with my kids, but taking my friends with us and doing extended vacations with friends and family, doing charitable give back work. This is actually a project that we did with our, not just our REI Black Book team members, but this is actually some of our subscribers. This is some of our members. We actually got together and we had rebuilt a playground in Dallas, Texas, for a school. And you know, this is me, right? My wife, my 4 kids, my 18-year-old, my 15-year-old, I got a 10-year-old, and now an 8-year-old there, right? The cool thing of it is, guys, I now have a life and business designed to empower others. Okay. I figured out what my purpose is to empower people, right? Right? That's what I love to do. That's what gets me excited. That's what gets me super passionate. And that's what gets me out of bed every day. Okay. Now, the thing of it is, guys, you guys cannot copy vision. Maybe you can be inspired by it. All right. And people tell me all the time, like, hey, I can copy success. I can copy success. No, you can copy systems. All right. Systems are the what and the how. It's the strategy, it's the tactics, it's the processes, and even the tools. Okay. And here's the cool thing, guys. If you guys hang out with me, all right, hang out with me. I think we got about another 60 minutes, about another 50 minutes together this morning. I'm going to give you guys the exact strategy, tactics, processes, and even the tools that you can copy into your business today that's going to get you a head start on your competition. But guys, if you want to make 2023 your best year ever, then I'm telling you right now, vision must come first, right? The number one mistake entrepreneurs make is building a business without a vision. So let's talk a little bit about that, right? So I already gave you guys a little bit of it, right? So what does vision consist of? It's the MVP, right? It is the MVP of that Dream Business Builder framework, right? It is all about mission, values, and purpose. Mission, values, and purpose. So let me kind of give you guys, I'm going to give you guys REI Black Book's vision. All right. Our mission, our current mission is to simplify real estate investing through systems, software, and education. All right. Systems, software, and education. In fact, I'm going to give you guys systems. I'm going to give you an opportunity to leverage the software, and we love continuing to do education, right? So that's our current mission. That's the hill that we want to attack. We want to simplify real estate investing, right? We want to simplify real estate investing. What are the values? All right. This changed the game for me when I started hiring people, right? I had to get real clear on what are my values, right? What are my values? What are the driving values of even, some core folks on the team? And, are they aligned, right? So first and foremost, people before profits. That doesn't mean that we're a nonprofit organization. No, we just simply believe that the more people we help, right, the better that we can all do, right? So people before profits, open and honest communication, right? Dedicated to growth, selfless team players, and we lean into failure. Now, leaning into failure doesn't mean we look for failure. It just simply means, hey, look, if we're not going to be afraid to try. Right. And if we fail, if something doesn't work out as expected, we don't get the results, then we're going to lean into that and we're going to learn the values for it. But at the end of the day, our purpose is to empower people. All right. Is to empower people. Now, let me kind of be clear here. All right. So mission, values, and purpose. I want you guys to get really clear on what your mission, values, and purpose is. All right. Now, I will say that it's much bigger than just words on a slide. It is much bigger than words on a slide. Okay, this must be inherently true and get you excited. It should get you out of bed. It should motivate you, right? It really should motivate you. And whenever we talk about clarity of mission, right, that's going to give you a little bit more focus. And there's typically a time frame on it, right? And our current, and this is internal stuff really, but I'll share it with you guys. Our current mission is we want to simplify real estate investing through systems, software, and education by doubling the real estate in business, by doubling the business of 5,000 real estate investors. Okay, that's our current mission. At some point, we will achieve that, and then we'll recast our new mission. Our values are going to stand the test of time, as well as our purpose. We're never going to just we can successfully empower people every day, but we're not done. There's never a finish line to your purpose. So the mission will have a finish line. Your values are going to stand the test of time, and your purpose, there is no finish line. Okay. There's no finish line. So empowering people, right? Empowering people. So one of my strengths is like really getting inside the minds of business owners and figuring out what's working and what's not working to help them build systems so they can get out of their own way, right? So I want to know, what do you dream about, right? What do you dream about? Why are you here today? Why are you here today? What makes you want to invest in real estate? What is real estate going to do for you? Okay. What's real estate going to do for you? If you got $1 billion today, if I put $1 billion in your bank account, would you continue to do real estate? Or is real estate just a vehicle? Is it just a tool to get money? And then you're going to take that money and then you're going to figure out, then you're doing the same thing that I did, right? Like, if I just get enough of that money, then I can figure out what the hell I really want, right? It's kind of crazy though. You know, when we were kids, it was really easy for us to sit there and dream and visualize exactly what we wanted to be, right? We wanted to be, you know, astronauts. We wanted to be, you know, today they want to be YouTubers, right? But there's like no limit, right? There's really no limit when we were kids of what we dreamed about. Whenever I just ask you, right, why are you here today? What do you dream about? How many of you struggled? How many of you struggled? Or how many of you had clarity? Like what stopped us? Why is it so hard? Well, the truth of it is, here's what happened, right? Somewhere along the way, we got too many monkeys in our life, right? And they did a research project, right? They did a research project. What they did is they took 3 monkeys, they put the monkeys in a room, they put a ladder in the middle of the room, and they put you know, some bananas at the top of the ladder, right? So what do you think the 3 monkeys did, right? What do you think the 3 monkeys did? Put them in the room, bananas at the top of the ladder, instantly climbed the ladder. But the researchers had a little bit of surprise waiting for the monkeys, right? They actually turned on a water hose and started squirting the water hose on the monkeys every time they tried to climb up and get the bananas, right? Eventually, they did this so much that eventually the 3 monkeys said, okay, you know what, man, we give up. We're not even going to try to climb the damn ladder anymore, okay? Now, here's where it becomes really interesting. And I think we could all recognize that, where we've had enough obstacles and challenges in our own personal life where it's held us back from continuing to pursue and to chase our dreams, right? I think we've all can recognize that and relate to that. But here's where it really got interesting. So now what they did is said, okay, well, what we now want to do is we got more monkeys over here that have never been squirted with water. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one monkey out and put a new monkey in. All right, so we take one monkey out, new monkey in, right? So we still got 3 monkeys in there. 2 of them have been squirted with water. 1 of them has never been squirted with water. What do you think the new monkey does? New monkey goes to climb up the ladder. Well, what do you think the other 2 monkeys do? Interestingly enough, they go grab the other monkey, like, hey, man, you don't want to climb that ladder. New monkey doesn't even know why. But eventually, new monkey says, okay, well, shit, I can't climb the ladder. So then they keep replacing the monkeys until finally they have 3 monkeys that had never been squirted with water. And guess what? Lo and behold, they had convinced each other to not climb the ladder, and they didn't even know why, right? They didn't even know why. So my question to you is, what monkeys are you listening to in your life right now? If you are struggling, all right, if you are struggling, it is likely because you're building a business without a vision. I want to be clear. Personal vision is not business vision. So you need to get clarity on your personal vision, right? You need to get clarity on your personal vision. Your personal vision, right? And I'm talking about dreaming big, right? It's like, look, if I had $1 billion, what would I do with my personal life, right? What would I do if I woke up in the morning? What would the perfect day look like? What would the perfect week look like? Hell, what would the perfect month, quarter, what would the perfect year look like if I had $1 billion? And so therefore money was no longer the objection, right? And you need to dream without limits, right? That's really what I would encourage you to do whenever you sit down and think about your personal vision. And there are 8 key areas that you need to define and articulate, right? Exactly what would your spiritual life look like? What would your friends and family look like? What would recreation look like? What would community look like, right? What would your health look like, right? if you didn't have any restrictions, and if you didn't say, man, I love to do this, but what if you could remove all of the buts? That's what we're talking about, getting clarity on your personal vision. Getting clarity on that personal vision. And let me tell you, that personal vision, it's really should how and why is that important to do before you start building your business vision? I got to know what business I need to build. I need to know how much time do I have to go build this business. If I'm designing my personal life and I want to live life by design, I should design the life. Right? It's so obvious when I say it, but it's the reality is nobody does it. Nobody takes the time to design their life, really define their personal vision. You're not taking the time. You know, people will spend more time planning their weekend than they will the next 12 months of their life, the next 5 years of their life. But you'll take the time to plan your weekend, but you won't take the time to plan your life. And if we could do that, it's going to answer how much time do I now have to go build this business, and how much money should that business produce to support the life that I have designed. Now, once I know that, now I can take that time and money. Now I can go build the business vision. And your business vision is different than your personal vision, because quite frankly, look, if I came in and shared my personal mission statement with my team, it wouldn't get them very motivated, right? You know, my personal vision is, you know, within 10 years, I want to be living on a yacht down there with you guys, right? I want to be living on a yacht, right? At least 100 foot, right? That's what my personal vision is. Okay. But that's not going to motivate or excite my team. So I need to say, look, this is exactly what my personal life is going to look like. Here's how much time I'm spending. Here's exactly what the relationship with each one of my kids looks like, because each one of them are different. So my relationship looks different, but I'm going to take the time to articulate it. I'm going to decide. I'm like, okay, well, how much money does it really take to do all of this personal stuff? And then how much time does that leave over for me to go build this business? I got to have a business that's going to be able to afford me the opportunities to live this personal vision. And the business vision, now all of a sudden, I got to go build a business vision that's going to excite my people. Like, it's going to excite the people on the team. And it's going to be way more than money. Okay. We got to build that business vision. But before you do that, you got to define your personal vision first. Okay. It's really six steps. Okay. The first step is you want to define the life you want to live, right? 8 key areas. All right. 8 key areas that you need to define and articulate every one of those areas. And then at the end of that, you're going to know that you're not defining the life when you want, whenever you say, I'd love to do this, but, okay. So then we want to identify the non-negotiables. Okay. So define the life that you want, identify the non-negotiables. You know, what are the non-negotiables that you're going to do daily? What are the non-negotiables you're going to do weekly, monthly, annually, right? Whenever I define the life that I want, what are the things that I'm going to do daily, weekly, monthly, annually? And here's a little secret, okay? A lot of these aren't going to require money. And quite frankly, you could start doing them today. Then we want to put a dollar value on all those non-negotiables, okay? This is where I do things a little bit differently than most, okay? I want you to actually put a dollar value. All right. And so for me, for example, all right, with the relationship with my wife. Okay. What is it that we're going to do daily, weekly, monthly, or annually? All right. What is the relationship with my family, with my wife and kids? All right. What are the things? And so travel is one of those big things for me. I love to travel and I love to take my family. And sometimes I love to just take my wife. And so we define that and say, okay, if I'm really truly able to live my personal vision, here's exactly what it looks like. All right, here's what it looks like. And then we start time blocking it and saying, okay, weekly, I need a date night. All right, monthly, the truth be told, monthly, I'd like, and honestly, it's really quarterly for us, but it's like quarterly, I want an overnight trip with just my wife. And then annually, we're typically going to do 2 weeks. Right. Some we're going to fit a week here, maybe 2 weeks. Right. Very rare do we do 2 weeks together, meaning back to back. Right. But we're going to define that. And then we're going to say, okay, all right, well, if we're going to define that, all right, now where are those trips? Like, not just, hey, I'm going to block this off and we're going to go do a weekend. No, we're going to do like once a quarter, and then we're going to set a budget for that. We're going to say, all right, how much money do I need if we really want to go? Is it local? Are we, flying somewhere? Like, what does it look like? And the crazy thing is, like, then I add it all up. I was like, okay, well, man, that's how much money I need just for that part. But if you do that with everything, right? Again, there's eight key areas that I want you to really, truly visualize. I want you to articulate it. I want to define the life that you really want to live. Okay. And then you identify all of those non-negotiables. We put a dollar value on it, and then we can see the time, right? At the end of the day, we want to time block those non-negotiables. Okay. Step 5, and this is really the hard part for most of us. Is where are you? Who are you? Where are you really at today? Let's be honest with ourselves. Okay. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's identify our strengths. Let's identify our weaknesses. Let's identify who we truly are. And then step 6, we're going to bridge the gap. You need to build the personalized plan. Again, the whole objective of this is to answer these questions. How much time do I have to go build this business, right? How much time do I really have to go build this real estate business? How much money do I need, right? And guys, I've done this. I do what I call power days. I bring people into my office. I do this one-on-one. I do this in a workshop. In fact, this workshop right here that I'm talking about, I've done for Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad's educational company. I've done this for years, helping people get clarity on their personal vision and their business vision. Okay. And in fact, I have a vision building workshop coming up. It's going to be December 28th. So it's going to be a vision building workshop, so December 28th. And I'm not here to pitch you guys on the workshop or anything else. In fact, I'm going to show you guys how you can get access to the workshop entirely free. Come join me for the workshop. Typically, it's going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you can't attend live, it's okay. You'll get the recordings. You'll get access to me to answer questions, things of that nature. But this is massively important to take the time to say, hey, look, can I really dedicate the time that it takes to plan appropriately? Can I take the time and really plan out my life? Because again, how the hell are you gonna make 2023 your best year ever if you don't even know what it is that you need or want? All right. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get access to the vision building workshop, and everybody will be invited to that. Okay. All right. So the other component, right? We talked about vision. We talked about systems, and don't get me wrong, I love to talk about people too, but we've only got about a half hour left, guys. So I'm not going to be able to talk about all of the people components, but I love talking about that as well. I really want to chat with you guys about systems. Okay. Because if we think about it, if we can get really clear on our vision of where we want to go, what does our business look like? Now we need to start putting systems in place to get us there. Okay. We need to start putting systems in place even before you start hiring people. All right. Even before you start hiring people, we need to start putting systems in place. Now, the good news is you can copy some of the systems, right? You can't copy my vision, but you can copy my systems, right? You can copy Anish's systems. Okay. Our buddy Warren Buffett, and I say buddy, right? He's all of our buddy, right? If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Okay. All right. So we got to have systems in place. We got to have systems in our business. And when I say systems, I want you guys to really understand, I'm not talking about just REI Black Book. REI Black Book is a tool. All right. By itself, it is not a system. A system is a group of interrelated or interdependent elements forming a whole, right, to produce a reliable, consistent result, right? That's really what we're talking about here. Okay, so we got to get clear on the building blocks. If we're going to go build systems, we need to get clear on the building blocks, all right? There's 4 key building blocks: strategy, tactics, processes, and then finally tools, okay? So if we're going to build a system, I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys want to make 2023 your best year ever, all right, the market's shifting, all right, if you're cold calling, if you're texting, you're doing all those outbound things, okay, that's great. But I'm telling you right now, I would encourage you to build an evergreen inbound lead generation business, okay? So the strategic here, so strategy, everybody wants to talk about this, all right, so fine. Strategically, what I'll help you guys do, we're going to try to get this done in the next 30 minutes. I'm going to go through the process, all right? I'm going to give you guys the stuff to copy, okay? You guys can copy and paste this stuff basically into your business. All right. So strategy, I want to help you guys build an inbound lead business, right? Inbound. So when somebody thinks I got to sell my house, they're calling you, they're going to your website, they're texting you. Okay. That's the strategy. Now, tactically, right? Tactically, there are a lot of tactics we can deploy to get there, right? So what I mean by that, tactically, I could do pay-per-click, I could do direct mail, I could do search engine optimization. We can do bandit signs. We can do bandit sign on wheels, right? There's tons and tons and tons of ways, all right, tactically to actually achieve that strategy so that we build this inbound lead machine, all right? Now, once I pick the tactic, the process, and when I say the process, I'm talking about if this happens, then that happens. I want to design the process map so that we can really anticipate all of those forks in the road, and we can design a process that will make sure that every area is covered, right? So what's the process? If I'm going to do direct mail, let's write out and document the process of where are we going to go get the list, right? Where are we going to go get the list? How do we get once we have the list, what do we do with it? All right, now we get it to the mail house. How do we mail? How do we da-da-da, right? Okay, somebody calls in, they call in. Are we sending them to our phone number? We send them to our website. Okay, if they call, then this. If they go to the website, then this, okay? That's then where all of the tools come into play, right? So now we need the tools. Now we need a website. Now we need texting platform. Now we need a phone system, okay? That's really where REI Black Book comes into play. We provide all of those tools, right? So we're a part of a system, but quite frankly, look, if you're not clear on the strategy, if you're not clear on your tactics, and you're not clear on your processes, then it makes it much more difficult to implement tools. And that's any tool, all right? Even if you decided to go do the multi-system chaos and everything else, I'm telling you where most people struggle is they don't get clear on saying strategy, tactics, processes, and tools, and process over tools always. If I get in and I try to start using the tools without knowing the process, then quite frankly, it is going to be challenging, all right? So with that said, we then need to organize our business really around functions, not people, right? This is Michael Gerber, the author of E-Myth, all right? So what he basically tells us to do here is to say, build systems within each business function. So now, we got to think about our business functions, our functional areas, and then let systems run the business, okay? So don't overcomplicate this though. Do not overcomplicate this. It's pretty simple. There's two primary functions, two primary systems that we need. And then again, part of a system, you'll have subsystems, right? I want you to think about that. You'll have subsystems. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, okay? So the first thing we need to do is lead generation. We have to do lead generation. Now, once we can generate leads, then we must convert the leads, okay? So it's lead generation, it's lead conversion, all right? So again, Michael Gerber, right? So say, build systems within each business function, okay? So the two big functions that we have, that you have, and I'm telling you right now, I can break down almost any business very quickly. I can tell you, do you have a lead generation problem or do you have a lead conversion problem, okay? Typically, it's one of those two. It's literally, it's one of those two things, okay? And so let's talk about that, right? So if we say, all right, I need lead generation, I need lead conversion. Really what I'm talking about, okay, is there's lead generation, and here's all of the subsystems, the sub-functions in what I call our lead conversion, okay? So let's talk just a little bit. I'm going to go really quick on this. I'm going to talk about lead generation. Right? So I'm going to talk about lead generation. Can I find motivated sellers on TikTok, on Facebook, on social media, right? Are motivated sellers hanging out on TikTok? The answer is yes, right? That's probably why they're motivated sellers, though, is because they're going on TikTok and they're ignoring all of their problems. They're ignoring the late notices. They're ignoring the foreclosure. They're ignoring all of that stuff. And they want to go numb the pain and jump on TikTok. They're not there to solve their problems. So yes, you can do TikTok, you can do Facebook, and you can do social media and talk about real estate. But quite frankly, what we see is the volume of leads is not that high, and our close percentage is not that great either. Okay, we could do bandit signs, right? We love bandit signs. All right, let's put out bandit signs. I'm not going to get a ton of leads, but my closing percentage is going to be a little higher, right? Now I could do referral-based business. We love referral-based business. Okay, I guarantee you, Nish is probably the king of referrals. All right, that dude is super charismatic. I can only imagine he gets tons of referrals, right? So my close percentage is going to be way higher on my referrals, right? So my close percentage is going to be way higher on my referrals. The problem is I don't have as much control, so I can't dictate the volume, right? I could run Facebook ads. Facebook ads, now I'm actually paying for my ad to be shown to more people. So higher volume, but our experience, the close percentage still isn't that high. So you need to make sure you have an automated system in place to handle the Facebook ads. We got an entire training on that, to be honest. We do that directly inside of REI Black Book. Now, direct mail, okay? Direct mail, our closing percentage, again, is not going to be as high. We could get more leads though. We can get more incoming calls. We can create some consistency. But honestly, we love to use Profit Drive, right? Profit Drive is a direct mail engine. It's a tool at the end of the day. It's a direct mail engine that will allow you to target your direct mail, right? It's going to allow you to target your direct mail. So your close percentage is going to go up. Your volume may dip a little bit, but now what we're doing is our close percentage is much higher. So my time is much more efficient. We could do radio ads. We could do bandit sign on wheels. We love bandit sign on wheels because that generates a lot more volume and our close percentage is pretty good. It's literally just a strategy of taking your traditional bandit sign and how do we place that bandit sign on vehicles in your market, right? We our top student had about 400 cars on the road with his phone number, with his advertising on the back of vehicles that he recruited from Craigslist ad and Facebook ads. Okay, pretty cool strategy. Finally, we got TV ads, right? TV ads, I was actually shocked to know, to learn this though, was that our closing percentage on TV ads was pretty high. It was considerably higher. Call volume, not as high, but our close percentage was super high with TV ads, right? And I know everybody's fearful. It's like, well, I got to run the $30,000 or more probably on TV ads. No, you can get it done for as little as $5,000 a month, okay? All right, search engine optimization, right? Lead volume is going to go up. Close percentage is going to be higher. We love search engine optimization. How do we optimize your website? How do we optimize your website to generate, right? To generate leads so that you pop up on the first page of Google, right? Without having to pay Google. Now, if you want to go faster, you could pay Google today, right? So search engine optimization, basically, and Google Ads, similar concept, right? When somebody goes and searches on Google, I want my website to show up on the first page of Google. Says, hey, you know what? You typed in how to sell your house fast in Miami. Sweet. Guess what? This is the website you go to, right? Now you can pay to be on that first page with Google Ads, or it takes a little longer to do search engine optimization, and they actually work really well together. Okay. And then finally, we took all of those and said, okay, look, that's shows you leads, lead generation tactics by volume as well as close percentage. But also we wanted to look at cost, right? So you can see some of the lower cost things like bandit sign on wheels, Profit Drive, search engine optimization. Those are going to be less expensive, right? Those are going to be less expensive that you can still drive pretty significant volume, but our close percentage is still pretty good, right? Our close percentage is still pretty good. And you know, cost, Google ads, TV ads, those are going to be higher cost, but that's like light switch stuff, right? Like light switch stuff. Okay. All right. So if I was doing this, if I was building a business right now and said, hey, look, this is exactly what I would do. If I had a budget, I would run Google ads, TV ads. I'd spend probably at least $3,000 to $4,000 on Google ads. Again, minimum budget of about $5,000 for TV. I'd spend probably another couple $1,000s on Profit Drive, direct mail. I would start doing bandit sign on wheels. That's low cost stuff, super low cost. I mean, you could get a sticker on the back of somebody's vehicle for about $30. The cool thing about that is that sticker might stay on the back of that vehicle for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, right? So low investment, but long tail. And then finally, search engine optimization. All right. That's if I had a budget right there, a budget of roughly $10,000 a month to spend on my marketing and advertising. Now, some of you might be like, Damon, whoa, I've got $500. Okay, cool. There's lots of other things that you can do. You could probably do bandit sign on wheels. I mean, there's some other things, Profit Drive even. You know, there's some of those things that you can do, but you need to start building to a plan where you have 3 to 5 marketing tactics in your business, okay? 3 to 5 marketing tactics in your business. If I'm sitting here planning, which is what we'll do, I'm going to help you do this, okay? December 28th, I'm going to help you guys do this. We're going to sit there and say, okay, hey, here's what it looks like in the next 12 months. What do you do in the first 90 days? What do you do in January, February, and March? What do we do to start building a business to make money? And then we're going to take that money and then we're going to invest it and we're going to build it into the next marketing tactic, right? And that's what we're going to do in, April, May, and June. Okay. Like literally, how do we build a plan to get you there? Okay. But before But before, like literally the first thing you need to do in January, if you don't have this set up, right? If you're already an REI Black Book subscriber and you're like, hey, I just got going, what do I need to do? Okay, cool. Then you need to set up your lead capture. You need to set up your websites. You need to set up your business phone system. You need to set up your contact management so that you can track your analytics, so that when we come back and we say, hey, I've got Google Ads, TV, Profit Drive, Bandit Sign on Wheels. Hell, maybe some of you are doing TikTok. Okay, fine. Then we need to know which one of those are working for you. What's working, what's not working. This is the number one thing that REI Black Book will do for you. It's going to quickly help you determine what's working and what's not working. If all you did was paid a few $100s a month for that, then I'm telling you right now, it'll save you 10x that on wasted marketing dollars. Okay. All right. But that's not all we do. Okay. We're not going to stop there. All right. So you're going to build your lead capture mechanism. So how do they call you? What websites do they go to? What's the landing pages they go to? Right. Let's make sure the contact management, the analytics, we're going to set all that up. And then we want to make sure that we're going to implement the perfect follow-up system so that every lead that comes in, right? Every lead that comes in, I know that they're going to be followed up for at least the next 15 months. What happens in the first 15 minutes? What happens in the first 15 days? What happens in the first 15 months? You like, and this is turnkey. This is a system in and of itself, right? What's the strategy, tactics, process, and then the tools? Guess what? We've already got it. It's a turnkey system for you. This is the part where you can copy systems. Okay. You can't copy vision, but you can copy systems. Okay. You can copy this. Now, once you get that done, now we want to start turning on our marketing, right? We want to start turning on our marketing. So now when the leads start coming in, they go to our website, they call our different phone numbers, they start doing that. We know that they're going to get followed up on, right? So every lead, we're not going to let no leaky buckets, right? We're not going to let any lead slip through the cracks. Now we're going to turn on our marketing and advertising. Okay. If you just did this in the first 90 days, okay, and it doesn't even take you 90 days, by the way. We can help you again copy this stuff. But I'm here to tell you, if all you did was put your lead capture, the perfect follow-up system, and then you turn on your marketing and advertising, you're going to have a better 2023, right? Than your 2022. Okay. But we're not going to stop there. Okay. Because then we want to say, okay, how do we help you analyze the deal? We're going to then take that function and let's put a system in place so that we can properly analyze the deal. Let's run our property information sheets, our sales comps. How do we break down and actually predict our profit before we even make the offer? All right. We got to know that. We got to be able to do that. You can do all of that right inside of REI Black Book. And then, you know what? Now it's time to make the offer. Well, guess what? We want to go ahead and put an offer system. We call it the perfect offer system. Again, what's the strategy, tactics, processes, and then the tool? How do you do that? This, again, is a system that you can copy into your business. We want to streamline that offer negotiation process so that you know every offer. First of all, you do the structuring properly. We know that now when we make an offer, we want to automate the follow-up, the management of that. We want to make sure every seller offer is being followed up on. Okay. We want to maximize our conversion rate. Okay. Now, the truth is you're going to be told no. Some of your offers are going to be rejected, but we're not going to take no. All right. We're going to drop those into the rejected recovery system. All right. The rejected recovery system, we're basically going to say, look, okay, fine. We want to put a system, a strategy, tactics, process, and tools. We want to put a system in place so that every time somebody rejects our offer, we're not just going to go ahead and kick the can and ignore it. Nope. Because I know their situation may change. And this is about a 90-day process that we just drop those leads in and we start following up. And it's, tactful, right? We're not trying to, be sleazy or anything else. We're just reaching out and saying, hey, did your situation change? If your situation changed, hey, we're still here. Okay. Turns out Darren Buttram, my buddy Darren Buttram, he implemented this exact same rejection recovery system. He closed an extra 37 deals in the first 12 months just from implementing this one system. So I want to be clear on that. He was told no, right? And then eventually those turned into yeses 37 times in the first 12 months. So how many deals are you leaving on the table if you just had the perfect follow-up system, the deal structuring, the perfect offer system, or rejection recovery, right? Then we're going to help you with the transaction management. All right. All of this, again, is done right inside of REI Black Book with our workflows, our task management. You can manage your team. You can manage that entire property pipeline, all your files, your document storage, everything is there. And then finally, we're going to get over to our Rocket Dispositions. Now it's time to actually go make the money. Now we want to actually go sell the property. I don't care if you're wholesaling it, right? We love wholesaling, right? Don't care if you're fixing and flipping and selling to retail buyers. I don't care if you're doing creative financing. I do not care if you are a landlord and buy and hold. Okay. We've got all these systems. Okay. Look, guys, I told you I was going to give you the systems that you need, right? This is $22,655 worth of value right here, guys. I'm going to tell you guys how to ultimately get it free today. All right. So here's what I know, guys. I know if you guys really want to make 2023 your best year yet, you need there's two areas in your business. You need lead generation and you need lead conversion. Now, what we've done is every one of those things that I talked about, all the way from Google ads to search engine optimization, to direct mail, to TV ads, to Facebook ads. We've got master classes. We've got master classes where we've brought in experts. And our Dan Barrett from AdWord Nerds, he came in and taught a 2-day class just on pay-per-click. He did a 2-day class just on search engine optimization, right? So you need 3 to 5 of those tactics in your business. All right. And here's what I'm doing. I'm going to give you guys this all for free. Okay. I'm going to give this to you guys for free. You guys don't have to pay any extra money or anything like that for any of these classes. All right. These are all master classes that are available to you right inside of REI Black Book. And then finally, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys and give you guys the systems to copy for the conversion, right? So it's like up top, it's like, hey, look, here's all the master classes to actually help you generate leads. And then, by the way, oh yeah, well, let's come in here and let's get some additional classes to make sure that we can actually convert the leads. And then finally, last but certainly not least, if you guys take action today, right? If you guys take action today, then I'm going to include the vision building workshop, right? I'm going to include the vision building workshop. Okay. So all of that stuff is included. We call it the ultimate business growth bundle. And all you have to do is say maybe, right? Maybe, and everything is included for you. Okay. All I'm asking you guys to do is simply try REI Black Book. All right. Try REI Black Book for 30 days. All right. Try REI Black Book for 30 days. You guys, here's the link, reiblackbook.com/BPM RIA. All right. So the investment today is $297, right? $297. Everything that I just gave you guys is absolutely yours. It's included. And then you can actually choose, do you need the $97 account, the $197, or the $297 account to continue? All right. So guys, hey, look, it leaves me about 15 minutes to answer questions. All right. To answer questions. All right. So again, I want to be real clear. All right. Everything here, each one of these are master classes that are going to be available to you. They're going to be made available to you right inside of your REI Black Book platform. You're going to get instant access to these. They're all going to be right inside our academy. You're going to click on Academy. Now, do you have to go do all of these trainings tomorrow? No, you're going to come to the vision building workshop and we're going to put a plan together. We're going to personalize that plan for you. And we're going to say, okay, look, this is the best strategy for you. This is the best tactic for you. And here's what we're going to do first. Okay. And let's build a personalized plan so you get really clear. Let's take some time to articulate your personal vision, right? So that we're not just, thinking that eventually we're going to close enough deals and make a bunch of money. And then we're going to figure out how to design this life. Okay. So live life by design. In order to do that, you must design it first. Okay. So come join me. Guys. This is going to be, again, the ultimate business growth bundle. All right. All of that is available at reiblackbook.com/BPM RIA. All right. And then after 30 days, look, you can continue in our $297 a month plan. All right. You can continue in the $197 a month plan. You can continue in the $97 a month plan, but you still keep all of those master classes. And look, you might have somebody on your team take them, right? But they will be available to you. They will be available to you. And you can take them whenever you're ready. That's really the key. So you'll have everything available to you so that whenever you're ready at that particular moment in 2023, when you're like, hey, it's April and now I'm ready to implement the rejected recovery system. Cool. You log in, bam, there's a rejected recovery system. If we do updates or anything else, guess what? You'll get the updates. Everything will be there for you. Okay. All right. With that said, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to ask or look at some questions here. Can these systems be used in the same way on the other side of this industry as a lender? Great question, Michael. All right, great question. So here's what I'm going to tell you on that side, Michael. What the journey that I defined, right? So let's go back to that slide real quick. Okay, this journey is the motivated seller journey. Okay, so what I would encourage you to do, Michael, and I'm happy to chat through that with you, but what I would encourage you to do is you need to define the functions, the functional areas. You need to break the business down, your lending business, into those smaller functional areas. And then you need to put systems in place of each one of those smaller functions. Now, REI Blackbook is just a tool, right? So REI Blackbook will be able to help you automate that, right? We're the website, we're the phone system, right? We're the contact management system, the comps, we do all of that stuff, okay? And we can help you automate it, build workflows, intelligent automation. I mean, it's all kinds of cool stuff that we can do. But if I gave you, for instance, the perfect follow-up system, all right, the perfect follow-up system, this is going to be the perfect follow-up system for a motivated seller that's looking to sell their house. All right. So although the process, the actual process may be similar, you're going to want to tweak the messaging and things like that specifically for lending. Okay. So you will need to tweak the messaging. This is specifically for motivated sellers. The content that we've created, the emails, right? The templates are specific to motivated sellers. Okay. And on the disposition side, yeah, that's for tenants, for cash buyers, for retail buyers. All of that stuff is available on the disposition side. Okay. Hope that answers that question. All right. Okay. And I apologize. I know you guys use this Q&A section. So bear with me. Where is the,
No worries. It's in the menu.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, just my menu. I lost my menu. So what if we're already an REI Blackbook member? Vina, good question. All right, good question. So all we're going to ask that you do is log into your account and upgrade to the 297 plan, and we will add all of those master classes to your account, and you will also be invited to the vision building workshop. Okay, so upgrade, and if you have any challenge with that, Vina, then please just reach out to my support team, support@reiblackbook.com. Say, hey, you know what? I was on the BPM RIA today. I'm an active member already. And Damon made a crazily insane offer, and I would love to take advantage of it. And they'll help you out. Okay. They'll get you taken care of. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. So what can they expect for that workshop on the 28th? Like, how is that going to go down?
Yeah. So so what we're going to do is on the 28th, we're going to do it from 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to 4 p.m. Against Central Standard Time. That will be all done virtual, right? It's going to be done virtual. I'm going to have some handouts for you guys, some downloads, and it is going to be a workshop. Okay. This is going to be a workshop, not, hey, jump on and let's listen to Damon talk for, I'm going to talk and then we're going to say, okay, cool. Here's how you set, for instance, here's how you set your values, right? And I'll actually give you guys the framework, right? So if you guys want to go do this right now, because I actually struggled with this, by the way, when I was like, all right, how do I create my values? Like that's just, all right. And so what I was encouraged to do, my mentor sat down and said, Damon, well, what you need to do is I want you to think about 2 to 3 people that you've worked with in your career. Maybe you worked for them, maybe you worked with them, maybe they worked for you. Maybe they were a vendor partner, but they were so amazing that every time that you were around them, it excited you. It filled you with energy. It inspired you. It made you want to work more, made you want to do better work, I guess. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, it wasn't that hard, to be honest. I was like, all right, here's 2 to 3 people. Quickly identified. One of them actually was already on my team. And he's like, I want you to think about somebody that if you could hire them tomorrow, you would hire 10 of them, right? You would hire 10 of that person. They just get you excited. I was like, okay, cool. So we did that. And then we said, all right, let's define, when you think about them, what comes to mind, each one of them. And what the crazy thing that happened was as we started kind of thinking about each one of them, and I wrote down the things, it was like, they got me excited and why I wrote their name down. Then what happened was like, you start seeing some commonalities. And you're like, oh, well, then these are the things that I value. These are the things that I hold really true. And honestly, the first time I did this exercise, I had 12. I had like 12 values, and I tried to write them with all this creative like language, and they said, look, no, simplify it. This isn't for your website to go talk about with your customers or anything else. No, this is like literally internal. And I talk about it because I do this type of stuff to teach and train you guys how to do it. But like, this isn't to, some marketing gimmick. This is like, no, dude, you want to hire, fire, reward every time you do an interview, and you're gonna talk about your business, everything else. You want to keep these values in mind. And then we had a similar process for the mission and even our purpose. And once we got clear on that, the crazy thing of it is, now I can tell you about our mission, our values, and our purpose. Hiring people is super easy. because they get excited about it. Now, if they don't get excited about it, guess what? They're not a fit. I do this with lenders. I do this with everybody. Like if I'm raising capital, guess what I'm doing? I'm talking about my mission. I'm talking about my values. I'm talking about my purpose. And then what happens is like, people are like, whoa, hey, yeah, man, I'm excited about your business. Now, if they're not, guess what? They're not a fit. This, by the way, guys, this is why Anish and I work so well together. Super clear on mission, values, purpose. I've shared that with him. He got excited. He came in and joined our coaching program, right? He's part of our mastermind, comes in. We get together every 90 days. We do some coaching and strategic direction of like, hey, here's how you do your business plan. Here's like how do you grow your RIA? How do we? So we help him with that, right? That's what we're talking about, though. Okay, so that's just one little example. I mean, there's a ton of other stuff, but the expectation will be at the end of the day is I want you to have some clarity on where you want to be at the end of 2023. So when it comes December 28th, 2023, and you look back and you're like, damn, I feel really good, because I had a plan and I hit my plan. Now, the cool thing about having a plan is, yeah, you're gonna have to deviate, you're gonna have to, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, right? But I want you to have a 12-month plan that says, this is exactly where we're going. Oh yeah, by the way, this is why we're going there. This is why I need to do 12 wholesale deals. This is why I need to do 2 wholesale deals. This is why I need to do 25. This is why I need to do it. That's exactly what I need to do. And then we're going to break it down and say, okay, well, cool. If that's where you need to be in December of 2023, then here's exactly what you need to do January 1st. Okay. And let's actually have a plan. Okay. All right. If you do have I do see a question there. If you have a business partner or things like that, then absolutely they can come in and attend the workshop with you. Right. If you've got a business partner, happy other folks on your team. Yeah, totally fine that they come join you guys for the vision building workshop. Okay. All right.
Amazing. So, is there a separate link for that, or is that?
Nope. So what's going to happen is if you guys go sign up. All right. So sign up for, on the link that was provided, riblackbook.com/BPM RIA. And then what's going to happen, guys, you're going to get an email, right? You're going to get an email and say, hey, here's how you're going to attend. We actually have a private link, right, that we don't give out yet, right? We're going to, yep. Google just starts talking every now and then, but we're going to give you we will email you a private link. It'll actually go out the morning of, and you can join us and you'll be able to ask questions, interact. But yeah, so signing up for the BPM RIA subscription, that's going to get you guys the invite, private invite. Okay.
Perfect. So for anyone who's watching the replay, can I still send them to this link, or should I just tell them to email me directly? What do you think?
Nope. Yeah, no, anybody watches the replay, if they get signed up at the BPM RIA, then
Okay.
yes, we will, they will be invited as well. Now, if somebody's watching this replay and it's February of 2023,
sorry, Charlie. Sorry, buds.
I don't have a time machine yet, but
Yeah, so I'll put the link in the notes for anyone who's watching the replay before December 28th, because I think this is going to be very crucial to start the year off on a good foot. So I'm excited for you guys on that. And then the link is still in the chat for you guys, so check it out there. Any more questions? We have a couple more minutes left. Please put your questions in the Q&A box if you have questions for Damon. We won't have him back until next year unless you're going to this workshop. You have to go. You have to go sign up in the link. Okay. And then
I just want to say, hey, in closing, hey, thank you guys for allowing me to come in and share with your tribe today. There's really 2 modes that you can be in right now, guys. There's 2 modes that you can be in. You can be in holiday mode and everything else, and like, hey, I'm taking the rest of the year off. But I personally think that's a massive mistake. I think you can do both, by the way. I got a holiday party on Saturday. I had one on Friday. Look, I'm still gonna have a good time. If you know me, you know Anish, look, we're kindred spirits. We like to have a good time. Okay. I'm not going to miss out on that, but I'm also going to continue to plan. I'm going to continue to plan. I'm going to take the time to get really clear on exactly what 2023 is going to look like for me. I do this every year with my personal team. In fact, we're shutting down 2 days next week, and I'm going to take my leadership team and we're just going to plan out what we want for 2023 as well. So I do this exercise literally every single year, right? And then I actually do it even quarterly. I'm going to give you guys the exact framework that what I use for my own personal business and even what I do every 90 days. Okay. So that whenever your business isn't going exactly like you planned, we can pick our head up after 90 days, say, okay, let's reevaluate. Here's the process. Here's the process to kind of reevaluate and reset, right? Reset and redirect. All right. The plan. I'm going to give you guys all that. All right. That's all part of the vision building workshop. And if you guys don't participate with me, hey, straight up, I'm not offended. Like I either attract you or repel you. It's okay. My personality is not for everybody, and that's fine. But don't let that be the thing that prevents you from taking action and going freaking and doing the work to plan out 2023. Okay. That's the only way it's going to be massively successful for you, is if you do it on intention, and you got to get clear on what that intention is. Okay.
So true. Oh gosh, Damon, so many nuggets today, always, but gosh, that was awesome. I couldn't be happier on finishing off our webinars with this one. That was so what I needed. So thank you so much. And I think everyone in here feels the same. So thank you so much, Damon. Again, guys, link will be in the thank you email that I send each and every one of you, and everyone who's watching the replay. I will link it in the notes below. So go ahead and follow our YouTube channel if you haven't already, so you can share this replay with somebody who needs to hear this, with your business partner who hopefully comes to the workshop with you on December 28th. So thank you guys so much. I will see you all very soon in person, January 4th, and have wonderful holidays and Happy New Year. I'm gonna miss you guys so much, and thank you so much, Damon. And I saw the chat going. People said that we have to bring Damon down here, so we're gonna have to do that.
Well, look, I already told you it's not hard to get me there. It's cold up here.
Oh,
and you also know the secret is boating and water, right? So like that, I gave you the guys the clue in my presentation. So you tell Anish he gets to be on a boat. I guarantee you I'm down there.
Anish lives off the intercoastal, so that's convenient.
Perfect. So, well, hey, Alexa, sincerely, I appreciate you letting me be on. Honored that you guys let me help you get the students off to the right track for 2023. You've been amazing. Have a great holiday yourself. Enjoy the new year, and I will talk to everybody soon. Thanks, everyone.
So much. Thank you, guys. See you next year. Bye, everybody.